Allen Iverson was born in Hampton, Virginia on June 7, 1975. His mother, Ann Iverson, was 15 years old and a single parent. His father, Alan Broughton, left his mother so he could take her maiden name. He went to Bethel High School, where he started as a quarterback and also played running back, kick returner, and defensive back on the football team. He was also the point guard for the basketball team at school. During his junior year, Iverson led both his football and basketball teams to the state championships in Virginia. He was named the AP High School Player of the Year in both sports. This guy looked like Michael Jordan, Peyton Manning, Emmitt Smith, and Deion Sanders all mixed together. Wow! On February 14, 1993, Iverson and a few of his friends got into a fight at a bowling alley in Hampton, Virginia with a few other people. Iverson is said to have hit a woman in the head with a chair during the fight. Only he and 3 of his friends were taken into custody. Iverson, who was 17 at the time, was found guilty as an adult of maiming by mob, which is a rare crime in Virginia. Iverson spent 4 months in jail at Newport News City Farm. After that, Virginia Governor Douglas Wilder gave him clemency, and the Court of Appeals overturned his conviction in 1995 because there wasn't enough evidence. Iverson said this about his time in prison: "I had to look at the whole jail situation as a positive. If somebody goes to jail and sees something weak in you, they'll take advantage of it. I never showed any weakness. I just kept going strong until I got out." Because of his prison sentence, he had to finish his senior year of high school at Richard Milburn High School, a school for at-risk students, instead of playing sports at Bethel. But the 3 years Iverson spent at Bethel were enough to convince the head coach of the Georgetown Hoyas basketball team, John Thompson, to come out and meet Iverson and offer him a full scholarship to play for the Georgetown Hoyas. Career. Iverson won the Big East Rookie of the Year award in his first year at Georgetown and then put his name in for the NBA draft. In 1996, the Philadelphia 76ers picked Iverson with the first pick of the draft. He played for the Sixers for 10 years and had an average of 27.6 points and 6 assists per game. Iverson led the team to the finals, and that same year he was the MVP. Allen spent 2 years with the Denver Nuggets. Then he played for the Detroit Pistons and the Memphis Grizzlies for a short time each before coming back to the 76ers for a year. During his time in the NBA, he led the league in scoring 4 times, and his average points per game are second only to Michael Jordan's. He has been an NBA All-Star 11 times, led the league in steals 3 times, and made 7 All-NBA teams. He was chosen for the Naismith Hall of Fame in 2016. What an amazing run in basketball. Now that we know a bit about Iverson's basketball career, let's talk about how he gets all that money. Contract. Allen Iverson made $154 million just from his salary as an NBA player. The first deal AI signed was for 3 years and $9 million. During his first season, Iverson averaged 23.5 points and 7.5 assists per game, which earned him $2,300,000. He got the Rookie of the Year award without much trouble. In 1999, he signed a deal worth $71 million for 6 years, and in 2003, he signed a deal worth $77 million for 4 years. In 2009, when he was with the Detroit Pistons, he made an incredible $21 million. What a way to get paid. Endorsements. Iverson also made a lot of money from endorsements. His deal with Reebok is the most well-known of these. As soon as Iverson joined the NBA, the American sports and clothing company backed him. The deal was for 10 years and $50 million. After Iverson won league MVP in 2001 with the Philadelphia 76ers, Reebok signed him to a deal for life. AI was a fashion icon because he was the first hip-hop basketball player to bring the two cultures together. In hip-hop, everyone wore basketball gear, and players wore clothes that went with the look of the streets. AI's sneaker line changed the way people thought about shoes. He was wearing the Reebok Question Mid when he crossed up Michael Jordan, and the Answer 4s were worn by Tyronn Lue during his famous final step-over shot. Because of these memorable events, his shoes and Reebok sales went through the roof. Several sources say that Iverson will get $800,000 a year as part of the deal. It also comes with a trust fund for $32 million that Iverson can use when he turns 55 in 2030. Iverson would only get half of the money, though, because his ex-wife, Tawana, has the right to the other half according to their divorce. He is also a spokesperson for T-Mobile and Stance Socks. Let's find out how the Iverson spends his money. Cars. Iverson has had a lot of cars since he was young. Here are a few we know about: a black Maybach 57S, a Lamborghini Murcielago that was once towed away because it wasn't registered, a Hummer H1, Cadillac Escalade, and a Rolls-Royce. Most of these cars no longer belong to him because of money problems. There's also a great story about Larry Hughes when he was just starting out in the league. Iverson's Bentley was seen by Larry. He told him, "Yo, AI, I've got to get one of these." Iverson didn't think twice before telling his friend, "Bro, you can have mine." Allen never seen anyone so grateful. His most well-known car is a white Bentley GT, which has more than 600 horsepower and costs a whopping $250,000. Mansions. Iverson is a big deal in Philly. He had a good time both on and off the court. He owns a house in the Pennsylvania town of Gladwine. This house has 6 bedrooms and is 8,000 square feet in size. It has a home theater, a pool room, and a wine cellar. This was the famous hideout house from when he and his friends stayed for days when AI and his wife were in a fight. AI bought this house for $2.3 million and later sold it to former Phillies baseball player Chase Utley for $2.8 million, about $500,000 in extra money. Chase updated the place, so it looks a lot more modern now. Iverson lives in the area around Atlanta. His Alpharetta home is in a beautiful neighborhood with lots of things to do in a quiet suburban area. There are 7 bedrooms and 7.5 bathrooms in the house. It also has a pool, a hot tub, and a great patio area outside. The view from the backyard is also very nice. Since buying the house, the one interesting change he's made was to turn a whole bedroom into a closet that could hold hundreds of pairs of shoes. He paid $4.5 million for the house. The house lost $2 million when it went into foreclosure and was sold at auction for $2.5 million. Allen is said to be living in Charlotte right now. AI did not have all the answers when it came to houses, so he lost his homes in Denver and Villanova to foreclosure. There are many stories about how Iverson gambled, drank too much, went to strip clubs, and spent a lot of money he didn't have. This is a lesson about being too flashy with your life. Let's hope that Iverson will get better. Charity. Allen has a comfortable life, but he also helps people in need. The Answer and a number of former NBA players and One mixtape stars put on the All-In basketball game to raise money for homeless people in the United States. He offered to help American and Asian street players with their basketball skills, but not as a player, but as a coach. Talk about having a golden heart. Love life. Iverson started dating Tawana Turner, his high school sweetheart, when they were both 16. They got married early in his career. Tiara, Allen II, Isaiah, Messiah, and Dream are their 5 kids. Tawana Iverson filed for divorce twice because Iverson lived so fast and crazy. In 2013, the divorce was finalized and Tawana got $3 million as a settlement. But after the dust settled, these two got back together almost right away. Allen and Tawana are still together, but it's not clear if they ever got married again. Since they retired, the couple's been concentrating on raising their kids and putting their lives back together. During his speech for the Hall of Fame, he talked a lot about Tawana. "Without a doubt, my #1 person in the world is you," he told her. Tawana Iverson. "It's been 24 years. Ups, downs, but real love. I'm glad you love me the way you do and caring about what kind of person I am and what kind of person I need to be to set a good example for our babies. You belong in the Hall of Fame." Net worth. You've all been waiting for this moment, and it's finally here. What is Allen Iverson's net worth? Over the course of his life, Iverson made more than $200 million. After he retired, he had trouble paying his bills because of the way he lived. And now, with everything going on in his life, Iverson is only worth $1 million, a staggering deficit due to poor financial decisions. Remember that what you keep is more important than what you make. Reebok put the $32 million into a trust fund, which Allen and Tawana won't be able to use until he's 55 years old in the year 2030. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Please consider dropping a like and subscribe to the channel for more celebrity and basketball content.